Okay. Welcome everyone to the Pro Trade Room Plus and the Market Open. My name is Lee Goldstein, the Trading Director at 10 Minute Trades. Please remember, all trades we discuss are for educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor. It's possible to lose money trading futures. Okay, we are here for the Market Open. For our friends on YouTube, we are having a Magnet Trade webinar at noon today. And I want to post the link. I'll post the link for everyone. Post the link in the chat for YouTube and in the trade room. And we've got the mic going. Okay, so markets, like the news, they're making new highs. The YM only up marginally since yesterday. One thing, you want to check on your squeeze. Make sure on your squeeze, right click on indicators, highlight the squeeze you're using. Make sure your momentum length is 17. Make sure your momentum length is 17. So Calvin has what he calls revenge trades. I don't think you should call them revenge trades, Calvin, because they scare people. That name scares people. Maybe call it a make it back trade, or we got to come up with a good name for it. So, and there's two times. Don't you also like 935 for it for the same trade? So it's NQ, 5 to 10 contracts, small target. That's the key. When you have a small target, uh, your odds of it being a winning trade are good. What's your bracket? What's your bracket? 25, I thought your bracket was? 30 to 35. Okay. I thought it was 25. All right. So those are a trade that you would use in an eval, right? That's where you would use it. Explain that you would use it in an eval to get money back or to start the eval with a burst. All right. Now, okay, you did explain it. I didn't read everything you typed. I'm not saying do this. Read carefully what he said. You could blow, right? So he likes, look at what he says. It's great for an eval that's underwater and approaching. So I might modify that. Approaching the reset date or approaching reset, right? Approaching reset. If you can bring a account back that's on the verge of reset, that's a bonus because you might want to keep trading and it's one of your only accounts, you might have to pay to reset it. So it was originally for the end of the day. So originally you were trading that at 1550, 1555, right? 1550 and 1555, correct? And 16. The only reason I hesitate to say 16 is we've had data problems, very, very much so at 16 o'clock. 16 o'clock's been difficult. Now, I do want to thank people that are watching us on YouTube, folks. Give me a second. My brain does not exist anymore. I have to put my laptop on the stream so I can see the stream. I can't just watch CNBC when I'm streaming. So forgive me. Okay. Here we go. I can see the stream and the three people that are watching it. Oh, no. Hold on. Let me let's get it going. We need to we're not getting good response to our streaming. Am I doing a bad job? I might be. I might not be paying it enough attention. We're not getting enough people. We're not getting enough people. Will, if you, I'll cut and paste it. Hang on. I'll cut and paste it. Here's the explanation. There you go. Okay. So I'm going to set up my YM. I like trading opens after big news. The jobs report is big news. It should make for a good move on the open. Treasuries are down. I think the market's going to be a big up today. That's what I think. It's hard to believe that bad job numbers are going to create a big up. But let's be honest, the market is functions in a world entirely unto itself, has nothing to do with anything. It doesn't care if you kill every human on earth, the market probably will still go up. It just doesn't seem to care what happens anymore in the world, what the news is. Overall, it just is going to continue going up. And then it'll have a giant pullback. There'll be a fake reason. And then it'll start going up again. And that's not really true, but my YM open trade. It just seems like this market is crazed. It's crazed. So I've got a template for the market open. This is a YM range. We also have a breakout that people have been using. Tempted to break out today, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use the range. So our range start time 9:24:59. 9:24:59. Range start time. Ticks above the range 5, ticks below the range 5. Show the range graphics on chart so the range draws. And then we're going to activate the end of the range is at 9:30. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. That means we have one contract, two positions. So we have one contract for each position. Targets of 15 and 25. Stop is 25. And a BE minus 10 if it hits target 1. That's a range trade. Trading it in our market open account. And also putting on a second trade. Now remember, I rebooted my Ninja, so I have to reconnect my Bullinox. Creating a second trade. YM, let me put the right account on. YM reverse continuation. Right-click the chart, click strategy, add another setup, turn the breakout into a reverse continuation. Just one position. It's $5 a tick on the YM. And we'll do a target of 40. And I'll use a stop of 40. One position, position one is a 1, target of 40, stop of 40. That's all you need for a reverse continuation. That's all you need for a scalp. You just needed one position, one target, and an account, and a stop. Don't forget the stop. And then I'm going to label it YM reverse continue. All right, YM reverse continue. Apply it, okay it. Make sure your chart trader is on the account you're trading. So our YM open is all set and ready to go. Then I'm trading MNQ, and we've done a little bit of MNQ in our cash account. We've done MNQ in our open account. I want to get this open account funded. So I'm going to trade in our open account. I'm going to keep doing micros because I know a lot of people want to trade the opens with not a massive amount of risk. So MNQ, right-click strategy, double-click news trader. I have a template for the MNQ open. Load it. Find it. Most of you will not have as many templates as I have. Most of them are useless, really old, not being used anymore. MNQ open. Here's a current. Always date your templates, always. Otherwise, you'll load the wrong setups. MNQ, we're triggering, activating, we're starting our entry at 929.59. We have a bracket of 30. I'm adding a position. Position 1, I'm adding a contract. Targets of 25 and 50, break even minus 20 if it hits my first target. 100 on the stop. We've been doing well with a 100 stop. Some people like a stop of 150 to 250 ticks on the open. I understand that. And then you can save your template with your setup. I'm just going to update the date by renaming it. It's only the 5th. And then save it. And it will update it also. So we've got our MNQ open trade. Let's check our bracket width by putting the time at 0 for a moment. We do the same things over and over because we are very consistent in our trading. And it's good to create consistent habits, right? Consistent habits hopefully lead to consistent profits. Okay? That's why we do it. 929.59, 30 bracket, 25 and 50 on the targets. And my T1 is a BE minus 20, Roz. I almost don't even want to use a target one stop move. Just let the stop be and shrink it manually because we just see too many open trades that get taken out after the first target gets hit for too small a profit. Yesterday, BE minus 20 kept us safe so that we hit both targets. But keep in mind you can do both. And I'm also going to add a second strategy, a discretionary reverse continue on the micros. And we'll do a 50 tick target on the NQ with a 75 tick stop. Two positions. Position 1 is a 2. Target 50 ticks, 75 tick stop. Label MNQ reverse continue. And same account, account number 15. That's our market open account. We can trade all these setups in our same account. The YM bracket, I was using 30 or 40, Calvin. 40 was the most common YM bracket I used. I just wanted to talk about the Broadcom trade a little bit yesterday. Langford, and when I look at the chart, it does appear that the chart moved 188 ticks. But in the trade room, we did not get that kind of a move. So I'm not sure I really don't know what the issue is. We had a 60 bracket that did not reach the first target. But if there was a 188 tick move, it would have easily gone through our bracket and hit both our targets. And it didn't. But for Langford, it did. Nobody else in the trade room had a successful breakout trade on Broadcom. And Langford had a perfect Broadcom trade. I don't get it. I don't know for sure what's going on with that. So I got to do a little bit more research about what happened with Broadcom because prop didn't work for Broadcom. Our cash account had a very small profit, but Langford had a great trade, and it makes no sense. Why was his move completely different? Now, I just thought of one thing. Langford, I don't know if you're listening. Were you Lilu only, or was one of the trades, were you Lilu? Because that might explain the difference. Most of us, I don't think anyone's using Lilu in the room except Langford these days. Not for any negative reason, just because of sales and stuff. But these data feeds, folks, okay, these data feeds can be really annoying at times. So we still have about 9 minutes till the open. On the YM, we're going to get a range. Yeah, they've been doing lots of sales, Calvin, lots of bundles. Lidl's been doing a lot of bundles. They seem like they're doing okay. There is so much competition in this prop account marketplace. I would not want to be, I'm not so sure I'd want to be a prop account company. He was using Bullinox on his trade. I can tell on his chart it was Bullinox. I wanted to show everybody an open. Looking at yesterday's open, yesterday's open didn't work, but I can still show it on the YM. We haven't had a lot of stops. We've had a couple of stops on the YM this week, though. One after the first target was hit, and then we got back in and made it all back. But yesterday was a stop, both targets. So the range draws, and then it puts the orders 5 ticks above the range, 5 ticks below the range. And then the orders trigger after the time ends. Price went up. It did not follow through. It missed the target by 1 or 2 ticks, which is frustrating. And then it stopped us out. And our targets are not that big. Now, using smaller targets definitely gives you on an open trade because there's so much chop. On the YM open, I think our first target is 25. Is it, or 15? It's 15. If you make that first target 10, you'll probably have a much better shot of making money. So I don't mind doing that today. Let's do it today. Let's see what happens. First target 10. Everything else stays the same. I'm going to make my second target a little bigger to make up for the smaller first one. Make my second one 30. 10 and 30 on my YM targets today. Apply it. Okay it. Next week, we have a couple of earnings. Oracle, Adobe. Oracle hasn't been great, I don't think. Adobe's been decent. Okay, our range is starting to get created on the YM. Who's talking? White House senior advisor. Hassett. Hassett. The jobs number is likely to be revised up. Huh. Now, it's a long range, 5 minutes. Today might be a better breakout day on the YM. Because it might be a very big range. Nevertheless, it's a market open. I don't want it to go test the high right now. I want the price to stay where it is. Now, we have this webinar today. This is a good magnet setup. It is a good magnet setup. It's real possible you can get a test of the magnet on the high and maybe a test of the VWAP for the low magnet. Very possible. So let's keep that in mind. Now, you can put the magnet on now. You could set that trade up. And if it goes in before the open, fine. Who cares? I don't care. I'm tempted to go long here. I think this market's going up. And the MNQ just been making new high after new high after new high after new high after new high. But we're going to wait patiently for the market open and trade the way we've been trading them. I'd love to see the YM go down a little bit for a couple of minutes. I don't need it to go down hundreds of points. A couple of points here and there. A little bit. Um, we're watching. See how the range is getting big? If you just do a breakout, your orders just go on the chart, a second before the close. Here, if it's going to be a long, you got to break through the range, you know? The market has to do a lot of work to have a long trade that works. That was more of a drop than I wanted to see. Now, if it just bursts to the downside on the open, that's fine, but it might not. A lot of times too, you're sitting, you're watching, and all the traders are thinking, absolutely, like what I said, I want to go long before this market opens. And then you do it, and then look what happens. You get your head handed to you. So why would you jump into the trade early when we've been doing the opens the same way every day for almost a month? Why would you change the rules? And if you did change the rule, you would have had your head handed to you. So that's why it's better follow your rules. Follow your rules. YM, expanding target, trailing, trying to make more money on this trade, expanding target. Oh, and I got too tight. Okay. Uh, I did not see what happened. It looks like I had a flat trade on the MNQ. Let me see if I can tell. MNQ, no, MNQ was 50 and 100 on the YM. MNQ is a 50 winner. We added that extra contract. That makes a difference. And the YM was a $100 winner. Nice. Good start to the end of the week. Good end to the start of the week. Good ending to the beginning of the start. Good beginning to the start of the end. Good ending to the end of the week. All right. What a great trading day, everyone. What a great day. We made 800 in gold on the I'm not thinking here. We might have a trade after the trade. We made 800 in gold on our jobs report. We made 375 on the euro on our jobs report. People, I'm getting emails, private emails, thousands of profits on some jobs report trades. Nobody that I know of lost money this morning trading with us. I don't have anybody that texted me or noted in the trade room that they lost money. And in fact, we have huge winners and nice winners on micros. So this was a great morning. I scared everybody a little bit too much, and I'm sorry about that. There was a lot of risk trading this jobs report. There was rumors of data not coming out, and we had to report the news as we saw fit. We told everyone to be very careful. All right. We made money this morning, and overall, we made money this week. Francis made more money on the MNQ. So, Francis, all I did was added an extra contract on target one, position one, and it's $50 profit. And keep in mind, you're a lot of time you might shrink the stop. So you don't, once you hit that first target, no matter what, if you have a 100 tick stop, you should shrink it to 50. There's no reason to take a full stop if you hit the first target. What we're trying to avoid is getting taken out of the trade if your first target is hit because you move your stop too close. So that's something to keep in mind, okay? That's something to keep in mind. All right, everybody. A job well done. Anyone else want to report in? We'll wait a few minutes, let people report in. on their market open trades. I like quick. I like quick. Let's look at crypto, right? Somebody must know something I don't know about Ninja. Here's something I don't know how to do on Ninja. Now, I don't have to know how to do it today, but I would like to know, is there a way to just duplicate a chart? In other words, I want to make an instant copy of this chart with all the indicators on it. Does anybody know, is there a way to do that easily? Or do we have to create a new chart and go through the whole process? Oh, Calvin, how do you do that? I don't know how to do that. Make a chart template. Okay. Francis, two ways to do it. Okay. I'm listening, folks. I'm listening. I usually just make a new chart, which is stupid. Now, just remember, what did I say? The YM, both magnets worked. It tested the VWAP and it tested the high. Chart template or right click the chart name. Copy, right right click the bottom name by the plus sign. Duplicate in new window. Okay, all right. So, hey, it put the indicators, it does the whole chart. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, right click the name down at the bottom, duplicate in new window. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Perfect. Thanks, folks. I should have known how to do that years ago. Thank you. Great, great little feature. Okay. You could have, I suppose, done a reversal. Nope. The MNQ, we made money long. We made money going up, and then it sold off a bit. Markets are still pretty bullish at the moment. Okay. Everyone on YouTube, you've been watching us all week. Hit the whatever, hit something. Hit yourself in the head and ask yourself why you're not a member. Come to our webinar today, Magnet Trades Explained. All right, come to the webinar. It's free and it's at noon. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, hit everything you can hit, and come back and watch us next week. And thank you for streaming with us on YouTube. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you all next week on YouTube.